What's that smell? That's what the cop said, standing at my window like he owned the world. Leaning in real slow, eyes crawling over everything I had like he was just looking for an excuse. Oh, right, he sneered. It's the smell of being poor and black, trying too hard to look rich. And just like that, he grabbed my wrist, yanked me out of the car right in front of my son. I wasn't speeding. I wasn't swerving. I wasn't doing anything wrong, just a mother driving home from the store with her kid and a trunk full of groceries. That's it. But see, in neighborhoods like Crestwood Hills, folks like me, we're visible in the wrong way. I moved here 3 years ago, scraped every extra shift, every overtime hour at the grocery to make that down payment. I wasn't trying to prove anything. Just wanted a safe place for my boy, a yard, a school where he wouldn't be dodging bullets or bad dreams. The neighbors smiled at first. Polite nods, fake waves. But behind those curtains, I knew some of them were keeping count, counting how many times I pulled into the driveway, counting how many times they saw my kid riding his red bike, counting how long before we'd fit in or disappear. And then came Officer Tanner. I noticed him the first time weeks ago, patrol car moving a little too slow, eyes watching a little too hard. He didn't say anything, just smiled. The kind of smile that doesn't mean hello, it means you're being watched. Next thing I know, I'm getting pulled over for nothing. Just a routine check, he'd say. Or, we had a report about a suspicious vehicle, but it was always just me and my son and our lunch bags or bags of oranges. And every time I held my breath, smiled, gave the papers, stayed calm. Because I thought that's how you stay safe. I was wrong. That Saturday was different. He didn't just stop me, he boxed me in. Tires screeched. My son's juice cup fell on the floor. Before I could even process, Officer Tanner was at my window, and his partner, Officer Grant, was already stepping out of the squad car, arms folded like it was some kind of performance. Tanner leaned in, breathing heavy. Borrowed car, he asked. I blinked. Excuse me, you heard me? Pretty shiny ride for someone like you. I felt my son stiffen behind me. I reached for the registration, but he didn't care. He just yanked the door open. That's when it happened. He grabbed my arm and pulled me out so fast I barely touched the ground. My shoulder slammed against the car. My purse spilled out, wallet, receipts, teddy bear keychain, all scattered like trash. Get out, no talking, he barked. Mom. My son screamed from the back seat, tears already running down his face. Mommy, I tried to stay calm. I said, I've done nothing wrong. My child is watching. Please, but Officer Tanner pushed me onto the hood like I was a threat. You think this neighborhood was built for people like you? He hissed in my ear. Behind us, I saw faces in windows. Some watched, some turned away. One teenager had his phone out filming. Thank God. And just when I thought it couldn't get worse, someone opened my front door. Mark, my husband. He had just returned early from a federal task force assignment. No one knew, especially not them. He walked down the porch steps slowly, not yelling, not threatening, just quiet like thunder before a storm. Take your hands off my wife, he said. Officer Tanner didn't even look. Who the hell are you? He scoffed. Mark didn't blink, just reached into his coat pocket and held up his badge. U.S. Marshal. Everything froze. The neighbors leaned in. Officer Grant stepped back. Tanner, he laughed. So what? This is my jurisdiction. Mark stepped closer, voice steady, eyes locked. Your jurisdiction just committed an assault on a mother in front of her child while being recorded by 5 different phones. Tanner's grip loosened. Mark looked him dead in the eye. You picked the wrong woman, he said, and the wrong child to traumatize. Grant mumbled something about leaving, but Tanner wasn't ready to back down. His pride, his power, it was unraveling. He glanced at the crowd, then at the badge, then at me. He knew. He was done. Mark wrapped his arm around me gently, checked on our boy who was still shaking in the back seat. We didn't need to say anything. Our eyes said it all. By sundown, the video had gone viral. My name was trending. Our address had reporters outside. Protesters showed up with signs, flowers. Kids who'd seen the video brought teddy bears for my son. And then The threat started. Anonymous letters. Keep quiet. Stay in your place. This won't end well for you. But we didn't stop. Mark took everything, every video, every medical report, every eyewitness statement, and walked it straight into the Department of Justice. You dragged the wrong family into your mess, he told them. The DOJ launched a formal investigation. The local department had no choice but to suspend both officers. Internal records showed this wasn't the first time, but it had always been buried. Until now, an officer named Eric Young, nervous honest, leaked internal complaints that had been ignored for years. Tanner had 7 on his record. Grant had 3. No discipline, no warning letters, just protected silence. That silence broke when a retired officer, an old-timer named Russell, stepped forward. He testified publicly saying, "We were told to shut down investigations. Keep the image clean." Now, it was no longer about me. It was about the system. City Council held a hearing. Reporters packed the room. Tanner stood there, no badge, no uniform, just a stiff suit and a shaky voice saying he followed protocol. Then the video played. The room went dead silent. My scream, my son's cries, the slamming sound of my body hitting the hood. Every second, undeniable. When it was my turn to speak, I didn't cry. I didn't shout. I just said, this wasn't protocol. This was punishment for existing where they didn't want to see us. Mark stood behind me the whole time, not as a marshal, just as my husband, as a father. And when the second video surfaced, the one showing Tanner turning off his dash cam, there was no more room for excuses. He was fired. The city issued a formal apology. But the real victory, my son now smiles again when we drive. He still flinches sometimes when he hears sirens. But he knows we fought back. And we won. We still live in that house. And when I garden in the front yard now, people wave for real. Not out of pity, out of respect. Because we didn't back down. So tell me, have you ever seen justice delayed, denied, or destroyed? Do you think silence protects anyone? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Because today we speak up, and tomorrow we change everything.